name is Jaquan Duff, and I am a sophomore at the University of Kentucky. This is the oral presentation of my of my final report, which is for my class, Word 204. My report is a general informational report covering the topic of how to become a member of law enforcement. The purpose of this report is to act as a guide to help show people who have the intent to become members of law enforcement really where to start. The audience for this is, of course, anyone that has the intent to join law enforcement, either in the near future or maybe down the road. That's the audience for it. The reason why I chose this topic as the center for my report is because I personally intend to join law enforcement after I get my degree and graduate from the University of Kentucky. So, first things first. As you probably have noticed by now, my topic is not exactly a problem. Not in the sense that it has a solution. There's not really anything you can do to fix there's not really anything you can do to fix it, per se. It's again more along the lines of there is a lack of information, and I've seen this as an opportunity to address it by providing a guide. Becoming a member of law enforcement is a very intensive and lengthy process, and because of this, a lot of the information regarding where you should start and what you should do first is convoluted at best. And because of that, I felt the need to actually make a guide to provide a means to an end in that sense. This guide will give people the chance to actually start off on the right foot instead of scrambling around with no idea what they're doing. Breaking down my report. My report has several sections to it that many of us may not have ever seen in an actual document before. The first is the letter of transmittal. It is the statement of why my audience is reading this report, as well as the purpose of it and the audience and among itself, and it's also thanking my reader for at least giving the report a chance, aka actually reading it. The next part is the cover page, which we again know that has the title, my name as the author, and also, again, anything I have affiliation with. After that comes the table of contents, which is a breakdown by page of what you can find on each page. It's there just in case you don't want to read the whole report or you want to skip just to one section. You'll know what page to go to. After that is my abstract. The abstract is a very, very concise summary of the report in its entirety, which again, it should basically give the reader, my audience, my purpose, as well as the topic of the report. After my abstract is my introduction, which is where I introduce the paper, the topic, the audience, and the purpose, and go into even further detail as to what all of those are, as well as why I chose each of those. After that comes my materials, which is followed by my results. Materials is again what did I use to find the information, which again, because it's a general informational report, everything is a scholar-reviewed article that I got from the internet. And then again, the results are what were my results to my actual research, which was that a lot of the information is convoluted. After that is my discussion. The discussion is the largest part of my paper. The discussion is broken down into 3 separate sections, or subsections I should say. The first of these sections covers basic training and or the academy. It is the things that you will learn at the basic level, what you need to do pre-law enforcement is what it's called. After that is what you have advanced training opportunities. These are things that you have the chance and or opportunity to go and learn after you have completed your basic training and academy. After that comes a quick rundown, or not quick, a detailed rundown of things that you can do in order to better prepare yourself for academy. Because, again, much of the things you're doing in the academy are not anything like you would do anywhere else. You are going to be physically, mentally, and socially tested in many ways that you've never had to be tested before. One of the best suggestions, get in shape. And the final part of my report is the conclusion. The conclusion will, again, it's essentially just the introduction again. It's going to restate the purpose, it's going to restate the topic, and it's also going to restate the audience, and then close out my paper report. Overviewing the problem and the research. I, again, have found through personal experience that much of the information provided as into terms of what you should do, what training opportunities there are, and also what you will be trained on through the academy is very convoluted. It doesn't make a lot of sense, or a lot of it's scattered, or it's in no conceivable order. And because of that, I decided to do my own research and put it into something that would be much more easily understood. I chose the subtopics of my report to make it a bit easier for people like me that might be coming after me to get into law enforcement. If you're going into something like that blind or have no idea what you're doing, it's obviously going to be quite difficult to actually get in and do well, especially considering the fact that you're running around you're running around like a chicken with his head cut off. Moving on, work completed. I have actually finished my entire report. The only thing I really have left to do in that sense is I just need to reread, review, and revise the paper. It's done other than that in its entirety. My preliminary findings, as I again have stated before, is that the information is convoluted. It doesn't make a lot of sense. It's confusing. This report will serve as a guide or a stepping stone to get somebody on the right foot towards achieving their goals. And that's about it in that sense. As for work remaining, the work is completed. I don't really have any work remaining other than I have to review, revise, and correct any errors throughout the paper. That's about it.